The information I was able to find about this video is that it has been circulating online for several months, but only went viral everywhere a couple of weeks ago. Apparently, it took place in North Carolina in an apartment complex. The camera points toward the hallway, the stairs, and the neighbor's door across the way. At first, from a distance, it looks like an ordinary woman climbing the stairs. But the video takes a disturbing turn within seconds. What appeared to be a neighbor turned out to be a half-naked lunatic with a knife between his teeth, trying to force open doors to see if any unsuspecting resident had left one unlocked. Many users believe the person is under the influence of drugs, while others think it's staged and acted out. Either way, it's a good reminder of why it's important to check through the peephole before opening your door. For years, on repeated occasions, a terrifying woman would appear at night in Mandy's garden, a woman who lives in a wooded area in northern Massachusetts. Overwhelmed by the situation, Mandy began documenting it on her TikTok. Eventually, after filing a police report, they discovered that the woman was actually a neighbor who suffers from sleepwalking and had already been disturbing other residents in the area. The truly unsettling footage is where you can hear her growling and even whispering to be let in while she bangs and scratches at the door. A Reddit user posted the following clip with the intention of warning Seattle residents to be more cautious. The video shows an Asian couple returning home after grocery shopping when they were ambushed by a group of armed robbers. Thanks to the woman's quick reflexes, she managed to close the door just in time, keeping the robber outside by a split second. Had she frozen with fear, who knows what horrific fate might have awaited them. The good news is that the case didn't end there. Seattle police later caught these two individuals after they continued carrying out systematic attacks on other Asian residents in the area. They were ultimately convicted of racially motivated hate crimes. As we've seen before in the United States, people often hide a spare house key under doormats or somewhere nearby. In this footage, a man can be seen prowling around the front of a property, clearly with the intention of finding that key. What's most striking about this situation is that he was no amateur. He was armed with a hammer, an axe, and a sword, which he made no attempt to conceal. He also carried a bag filled with who knows how many other disturbing tools. Fortunately, he didn't find what he was looking for and had to leave. On November 30th, 2021, a woman from Dallas who lived alone posted footage of a man standing completely still outside her apartment door in the middle of the night. According to her own account, the man had been showing up almost every night for over a month. After the case gained attention, the woman posted an update on her social media stating that she is now safe, after friends and family confronted the man and warned him to stop. She also mentioned that security guards now patrol the hallways of the complex to prevent strangers from entering and harassing residents. On August 12th, 2025, while the Wilson family slept in their Texas home at around 1 a.m, the eldest daughter noticed a bright flash coming from outside. When she went to check what it was, she found the front garden engulfed in flames. She immediately woke the rest of the family, who called the fire department. The next day, once things had calmed down, the family reviewed the camera footage, which revealed a mysterious figure dousing the entire front of the house with fuel. Fortunately, the property damage was minimal, and no one was hurt. However, the fact that an unidentified arsonist is still at large has left the family living in fear that one day they may return to try again. In February 2020, an off-duty police officer received a message from his neighbor, asking him to check on his wife, who was home alone because someone was trying to break in. The officer went over, but found no one there. When he returned home, he saw that his neighbor had sent him this video as evidence. The officer immediately called the police, and within minutes, officers arrived along with a K-9 unit. After an extensive search, there was still no sign of the man, but the case wasn't over yet. It turned out that all the neighbors were already aware of the situation, having shared the news through WhatsApp group chats. One resident spotted the man in the backyard of another house unscrewing light bulbs. That same neighbor went out armed and intercepted him while they waited for the police. The man was ultimately arrested and charged with breaking and entering. Police also revealed that the suspect had a prior arrest warrant for robbery. One ordinary night in South Carolina, a woman named Savannah captured a chilling sequence at her front door. At around 11 p.m., a complete stranger walked up to her door and began violently ramming it with his body in an attempt to get inside. After several attempts, he struck his head and collapsed onto the porch railing. The terrified homeowner managed to call the police before the man fled, but by the time they arrived, he was unfortunately already gone. To this day, his identity remains a mystery. Throughout this video, we've seen a collection of attempted robberies and drug-addled individuals trying to break into homes. But what's truly strange and unsettling is when you come across people so unpredictable that it's impossible to figure out what their intentions were. This footage is the perfect example of that. In August 2023, in a quiet Ohio neighborhood, a resident caught the moment a masked stranger rings the doorbell and runs away. At first glance, it looks like the classic ding-dong ditch prank we all pulled as kids, only this time carried out by an adult, which is already odd. But if you look closely at the footage, you'll notice the man has been there the whole time. The next day, when the homeowner reviewed the recordings, he called the police to make them aware of the situation. The police themselves posted the video on Facebook in an attempt to track down the man, but since his face was covered, it was impossible to identify him.
Aurora, Colorado. This woman came by this door on several occasions trying to get in, while the owner has no idea who she is. Fort Worth, Texas. He sneaks in the backyard looking for something to take. Real clever. Arlington, Texas. This thief had the shock of his life while trying to steal items inside a car. Irving, Texas. A group of people check multiple car doors in the neighborhood to see if they're unlocked. Richmond, Virginia. Spring cleaning doesn't go as expected. Reno, Nevada. A crazy lady was talking insanity in front of multiple ring cams. The police was called, but they did nothing.
Something I can help you with? There's something I can help you with?
What do you want else?
Huh? Is there
What's
something I can help you
wrong?
with? Get off my porch.
There it is. There it is. There it is. Like, what happened? You don't know and you want to help whoever this is, and you didn't care about if you had a fake child one day.